Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Andrea Orvieto from SoFla Acupuncture and Wellness, and I'm continuing my series on different chemicals that we find in our everyday lives that can actually be harmful to our overall health and well-being, our hormone health, and especially if you're trying to conceive and having difficulty, our fertility health as well. So today I'm going to discuss fluoride and aluminum, and it's going to be a brief discussion because like all the other chemicals I've spoken about, the majority of them tend to be endocrine disruptors, hormone disruptors, thyroid disruptors, and these are as well. So I'm going to keep it rather short. So fluoride is actually a non-essential mineral that our body doesn't really need, and it's been added to a lot of products in our water and products for our mouth health overall. And there's several systems in the body that if overloaded with fluoride, it can affect negatively, or they happen to be sensitive to fluoride in general. And these are such as bones, thyroids, kidneys, and your brain. In addition, it is shown that that fluoride actually passes through the placenta. So if you are pregnant, this can actually affect your growing baby, which you want to protect as much as possible. And it's also chemically similar to iodine, which has been known to be a disruptor of thyroid hormone levels. And if you are trying to get pregnant, this can affect your fertility overall. And if you have thyroid issues in general, this is something that you should really look into and figure out how much fluoride you're actually exposing yourself to. So with that being said, how do you minimize your exposure to fluoride? Use fluoride-free toothpaste or mouthwash or anything dental related. If you are getting routine dental cleanings, which you should, this is not to take you away from those. It's really important. Your mouth health is really important. See if you can opt for fluoride-free products. In addition, filter your tap water. Most of us have filters at home, and if you're not sure if your filter actually filters fluoride, just read the label. It probably will be very obvious if it does. In addition to, fluoride is also found a lot in grapes, and this is because a lot of vineyards use a pesticide that contains fluoride in it. So opt for grapes that are organically grown, because they tend to not be used with this specific pesticide. And if you are a tea drinker, especially if you're drinking black tea or green tea, opt for the highest quality, because those tend to not to be treated with fluoride. Just a little fluoride knowledge to be aware of. And now I'm going to discuss aluminum. So aluminum has been known to cross the placenta, and it acts as a powerful neurological toxin, so that it can provoke since it passes in the placenta, it can actually affect your baby and the development of your baby. And that's something that we want to avoid at all costs, especially if it can affect it negatively. The growth of the baby, or preterm labor, or preterm birth, developmental of the reproductive system in your child. So you don't really need you don't really need aluminum in general, and you shouldn't expose your body to it if it's not absolutely necessary. So some of the biggest contributors of aluminum exposure are antiperspirant deodorants. There are so many deodorants without aluminum on the market that if you give yourself a chance to try different ones, they can be very effective. Over-the-counter antacids, so for reflux or GERD issues, those tend to have aluminum in it, and there are other options that you can take that don't have aluminum in it. In addition to, certain vaccines have aluminum in them, and this is not at all an anti-vaccine discussion. It's just to know that certain vaccines have them, how you can potentially avoid them if there are other options, or spread them out a little bit so that you're not overloading your body or your future baby's body either. They're found in a combination of food items during cooking and storing and processing. So if you avoid aluminum foil, avoid any other types of products food products that may have aluminum, and store them in a much safer way. In addition to that, soy products tend to contain aluminum, so you want to avoid those as much as possible. Once again, if you have any questions of this is all to help with your fertility health, hormone health, your overall health and well-being. And this can be very overwhelming because there are so many different precautions that you can take. Remember, it's step by step. Do what you can. Something is better than nothing, and this is not for you to rush all into. It's for you to understand, process, and see what works for your life. And if you have any further questions, please let me know. I look forward to seeing you in the clinic, and have a great day.